And the anger continues on the streets of the national capital, where students have blocked the roads at the Karol Bagh metro station in the national capital. Students are staging the protest against the death of 3 UPSC aspirants. Those are the visuals on your screen, where angry students are demanding answers from the MCD officials, top officials of the MCD, as well as top police officials. They have now blocked roads at the Karol Bagh metro station, demanding answers from the local administration over the deaths of 3 UPSC aspirants. The deaths took place because the basement got flooded after rainfall, ladies and gentlemen, and that basement was turned into a library, while the permission from the local authorities was to use it only as a storage space or as a parking area. I'm joined by my colleague Anshul Singh, who's been tracking all the developments coming in from the national capital. Anshul, the anger on the ground is palpable. Those are the visuals on our screen, where students are now demanding answers from the local authorities, even blocking metro stations, causing inconvenience to other people in the national capital. But at the same time, the onus is on the MCD authorities under the Aam Aadmi Party government to placate these students, to assure them that justice will be delivered.
Well, definitely, these are not common students. These are students who will in turn, in future, become bureaucrats, become the future of this entire country. And these students, apart from leaving their studies that they are supposed to do for their mains, they are sitting out here on a dharna. Definitely tells an entire story of how much anger is palpitating amongst these students. Since last night, they have been sitting on a dharna at the spot where this entire incident had happened. But since that spot was not on the main road, they felt that the police and the administration is not giving them the legal, the required amount of footage, or probably the required amount of attention. And that is the reason why, to gain that attention, these students have now come here and have sat down protesting right below the Karol Bagh metro station over here. Their demands continue to remain the same. I'll just try and speak to a few of our students and try and get to know what do they want.
Justice!
प्रोटेस्ट करने आए हैं, क्या डिमांड है आपकी? अभी क्या डिमांड्स हैं? What are your demands?
Total reforms in living conditions in this whole place. We need to check each and every piece here. People are living here in pathetic conditions. Government needs to take care of each and every student.
सर, एमसीडी के जो मेयर साहिबा है, सैली बुरा है, उनका वार्ड यहाँ से मतलब 2 किलोमीटर दूर है, वहीं की रहने वाली है वो, और ना अभी तक उनके तरफ से कोई आश्वासन आया, और ना कुछ उनकी जवाबदेही हुई और कुछ हुआ। उनको अपने पद से इस्तीफा दे दीजिए, हम लोग माफी मांग लेंगे बस।
So as you heard that there is a lot of anger amongst the students. They say that Swati Maliwal, or in fact Shelley Oberoi, who is the mayor of MCD, she has not come over here, and you can see in the visuals over here the number of students that have gathered over here. They continue to demand that a representative from the MCD should come over here. That representative should actually give them the belief that action will be taken against those people who are responsible for the laxity that has been shown out here on ground zero, because of which students had to lose their lives. And this is something that is a very, very logical demand that is being put forth by the students. But since morning, neither from the MCD nor anyone from the Delhi government has come over here to speak to these students, who are actually very, very angry right now. And this is probably the last resort that is left to these students, is to block the main roads out here in the national capital. And those main roads have been blocked. Remember, these are not students of any political party. They have no affiliation with any sort of political party. But the manner in which these students are protesting, with the anger that these students are protesting, definitely tells an entire story of how much anger and frustration must these students have been over the last so many years, that finally after this incident has happened, the lid has been taken off, and now their anger can be sensed on the ground. Over the next few hours, it remains to be seen.
We'll try to reconnect with Anshul over there, but those are the visuals on your screen coming in from Karol Bagh. Ladies and gentlemen, very angry students over the death of 3 UPSC aspirants, which took place because of sheer negligence and corruption taking place in the old Rajendra Nagar area in the national capital, where a basement that was meant as a storage area, which was meant to be a parking lot, was converted into a library against the norms of that building. And because of heavy rainfall, that entire area got flooded. and 3 students lost their lives because of civic apathy, because that entire building was turned into an urban death trap, ladies and gentlemen. And those are the visuals on your screen. These students are very angry, demanding answers from the local authorities, primarily the MCD authorities, MCD which is headed now by the Aam Aadmi Party. In fact, all of the civic issues of the national capital are now under the purview of the Aam Aadmi Party. And these are the students who are not common students. These are students studying to join the civil services. They are demanding answers from the Aam Aadmi Party in the wake of these 3 deaths which have taken place in Old Rajendra Nagar. Also in Patel Nagar, just a few days back, another UPSC aspirant died because he was electrocuted by a live wire which was hidden because of water logging. He entered that lane which was electrified because of that live wire, and he lost his life because he was electrocuted. Now, the Delhi Minister Atishi has demanded a magisterial inquiry, has called for a magisterial inquiry into these deaths, but at the same time, these students who are studying to join the civil services demanding strict action against the authorities on the ground, given the fact that these urban death traps continue to persist across the national capital. Anshul is back with us on the broadcast as he's reporting live from this site where the students are extremely angry over the inaction of the local authorities. Anshul, over to you.
So yes, the anger continues amongst the students even at this point. Since last night, the students have continuously been raising demands of meeting someone officially from the MCD, and that demands continues because what the students are saying that this is not about just one coaching institute. We got those permission letters from the MCD as well, and then eventually from the fire department as well, where the NOCs were granted to these places. But there are hundreds and hundreds of such libraries that are running all in basement. The manner in which these libraries should have been running, that is definitely not being implemented on the ground. Now, who is responsible for this? The larger question that still remains that who is responsible and who will take the responsibility for this. But if you look at the hierarchy and through which the responsibility passes, the first person who needs to be informed or who has the knowledge of this is the local police beat officer. Remember, as districts are divided amongst the police, the lowest number or the person who is at the ground zero level, he is given certain areas to monitor, that is known as the beat officer. And that beat officer definitely knew that libraries in this area are running like this. Not only libraries but also several PGs in this entire area are running without any sort of requisite permissions, any sort of paperwork. They are just taking money from their students, minting money, and then eventually giving them houses to stay in this entire area. And then the owners of these properties, what they do, they actually go ahead and give money or give bribe to the beat officer so that police does not take any action, and that is where the situation gets under control. If you talk about the big coaching institutes that are on the ground over here, the job of these big coaching institutes is to give coaching to the aspirants of IAS, IPS and UPSC. But what do is that they teach, they actually show them the way as to how corruption works, giving money starting from the beat officers to the officers in the MCD. So there are lapses and corruption that has happened at various levels, and that is the reason why these students had to lose their lives.
Right. Thank you, Anshul, for getting us the latest from the ground.